This is a quick video demonstration of our ultimate Series DVR local interface, and I'm going to be showing you some of the features you will find on this DVR. There's three methods of communication or management on this type of DVRs, on any of our DVRs, and they are via a mouse attached directly through the DVR, or remote control that is shipped with the DVR as well, is included, or through the network from a computer, from a Mac computer, using our Tech Pro SS PC client or Mac client. And today I'm going to be showing you the local interface using a mouse. As you see, when you turn on your DVR, you will see this initial configuration startup wizard, and this will guide you through configuring some of the settings of the DVR. So to start, I'm going to click Next. I'm going to log into the DVR. There's three main user names on this type of DVR, and they are 6/8s, and then 6/6s and admins. The 6/8s and the admins are administrators, and the 6/6s are regular users. So the password for each of the usernames of the DVR is going to be the same as the username. So if the username is 6/8s, the password is going to be the same, 6/8s. All right, click Enter. And this is the general interface of the DVR. From here you can configure time, you can configure the date format, you can configure the time format as well, dateline savings, and also you can configure how the hard drive is going to behave if it's full. You can tell it to overwrite, or you can tell it to stop recording. Real-time, this is a new feature of the DVR that you can play back up to 60 minutes right away on the spot. So if you're watching a live footage or live view on your cameras, on your DVR, you can just simply click a little menu that will pop up here on the top of the camera, and they will play back 60 minutes based on the current time. Also here you will see navigation, and this option is disabled by default. This will be a shortcut menu that will pop up here every time that you click on any of the windows of the DVR. It's like a quick shortcut if you wanted to go to the menus, or if you wanted to go to search, and so on. Auto logout is if you have someone working directly at the DVR, and then they stop working at the DVR directly, and then after 10 minutes the DVR will log out, but it will stay on and you just log out of that username. Let's click Next step. Encode. Under Encode, this is basically where you configure your recordings, or how is going to be the resolution, the frame rate, the kilobits per second, and so on per channel. This particular DVR can be configured to record based on schedule. So if you wanted to record at 24/7 from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. at D1 at 1 frame per second, there is an option for it, which is right here. You can configure that right here, or at a certain other time of your schedule setup, you can tell it to record motion detection, or when it records at motion detection, it will record at the highest resolution. Also, you will see the extra stream. All of our DVRs support dual stream, and this is very important because if you try to view the DVR remotely and you don't have enough bandwidth, you're still able to log in using a low resolution without compromising how the DVR is recording, or the quality of the recordings of the DVR. This is what is this feature for. So you can have the DVR recording at the maximum resolution, and then you wanted to access it from a computer remotely, and you can simply click the extra stream feature on the web service, and you can view the cameras using a lower resolution. That doesn't mean that it's recording like that. It just allows you to have more fluent video, and for those sites that it has lower bandwidth. Also here you can configure to enable audio on those channels if you have microphones attached to it. Overlay will allow you to change where the time display is going to show. You can move it, here on the corner, or you can put it on the center. Also, you can change the channel display if you want to. Where is it going to be displaying? If it's going to be here or any place you like. All right. Let's go to the next step. Schedule. Under schedule, you can see here you can set a different type of recordings. You can mix and match based on periods, based on days. If you want Sunday to be recording regular recording in motion detection at the same time, you can do all this, and this is a per channel basis. You can set up holiday settings at a particular date. Of holiday date, you can tell the DVR to record a type of resolution or a type of recording that you want. Also, this will affect the recording settings that I showed you before under the encode. Let me default this. Let's do all of the channels. I want every channel to be recording based on motion. All right, next step. This is the record option. Here you can tell which camera is going to be recording based on the schedule that you set. So if the schedule says that you're recording 24/7, or if you're recording continuous recording, this is the place for you to configure it. So if you have everything as stop and you tell camera number 1 I want it to record manual, even though if you have on your schedule you have configured channel 1 as motion detection, if you configure this, if you change this to manual, it will record 24/7. That's what the manual recording option is for. If your schedule is 24/7 or mixed 24/7 and motion detection, this is going to take in place, and this is going to be per camera basis as well. Also, you can tell the DVR to record the extra stream resolution. And this option has to be enabled if you try to play back video using your phone with our Tech Pro SS Plus app. If you don't have this option enabled, you will not be able to play video from your phone. So this also allows you to have an extra set of recording footage on a lower resolution, because it's based on the configurations that you have on the extra stream under encode. The next step will be your network. Here you can configure like the IP address, the TCP port. This is not the default. I have this DVR configured a different way, but this is the default right there. Okay, and once you're done, you just click finish, and that's it. That's pretty much your DVR is set to be recording. Your DVR is set to be accessible from the network at this point, from the inside network. And the next, I'm going to cancel this, and I'm going to go directly to this menu is right here. As you can see, this is a 16 channel. I have different type of layouts. I can view camera number 1 in full screen if I want to. I can do view 4, and it will display the first 4 cameras. View 8, view 9, and view 16. All right. Remember that option I showed you before, the real-time playback? This is, as you see, every time that I go to every channel, on the top you can see this little menu will pop up, or this window right here, and then from there you can just click on it and it will start playing back up to 16 minutes. As you see, I turn off that camera and then turn it back on, and that's what it's showing me right there. You can do this on every channel. This is is a single channel playback only. Okay. Also, I can double click on that channel. I can go to this little magnifier glass, and I can do digital zoom. By clicking there, you will see it has a check mark on it, and I will make a square, and basically we'll zoom in. This is digitally zoom. This is not zoom directly from the DVR to the camera. So it's basically blowing up the image based on the size of the square you make. All right. Now let's go back to 16 channel view. Another option you have in here is that you can record or download footage to a USB connected directly to your DVR. If you click on it, of course, I don't have anything right there, but it's going to say, you know, pick up the date and the time frame you want to back up, and then once you're done, you click OK, and start backing up and downloading all of the footage to that USB for this particular channel. Another cool feature is pan tilt zoom. If I right click on this, let's say this camera, I right click, pan tilt zoom. This opens up the pan tilt zoom controller, and then from here I can move the camera if I want to. All right, I can zoom in if I want to from here. I can zoom out. And another neat feature that only our DVRs have is called PTZ trace. When I click PTZ trace, what I have to do to work with the PTZ trace is hold the left click on your mouse and then move the mouse to whatever place you wanted to move it. And basically the camera will follow that. This is very cool. If you move down, the camera will follow. Pretty much will follow up the mouse movements. If you want to zoom in, you can use the scroll on your mouse. If you want to zoom out, again, you use the scroll on your mouse. It's a very neat feature. Only our DVRs have it. Let me go back to 16 channel view. Let's go to color settings. Color settings allows you to configure different type of settings for your colors on your cameras based on a channel and based on a period. You can tell the DVR to, okay, during this period, I wanted to have this particular camera with the brightness a little bit up or higher. I can decrease the contrast. I can enable the hue, or I can increase the hue, and so on. Also, this has predetermined color modes already, so you can pick whatever you like, and then you can also configure this particular channel with different colors at a nighttime. I'm going to default this, and I'm going to go back to the 16 channel view. The next step will be search. Under search, this is a very intuitive interface. All of our DVRs offer this, and there are certain features on the search that certain DVRs will offer, but pretty much the interface will be the same. If I wanted to play back a file, I just, or if I wanted to play back a particular window or a particular camera, I just simply go to the calendar and I just pick a day. For example, yesterday. I can play back up to 16 channels at the same time. If there is 16 cameras connected to it, it will play back. If I basically choose the 16 channel view, and this is the timeline bar right here, a 24 period timeline bar. So when I click on any of those times right there, it will show basically that particular camera or the cameras that record at that particular time, and they will play back in sync. I can uncheck the in sync option and it will play at different times. So if any camera records something at that specific time that I chose in here, it will pop up right here. If there's no cameras with no motion, or if there's no cameras at that particular time, there's no motion, it will not pop up right here. So this is pretty neat when you wanted to play back up to 16 channels at the same time. You can just basically double click on it, and you can you know, review the footage. You can stop it, you can rewind it for that particular channel, and so on. Alright, the next step, what I'm going to show you, is going to be Smart Search. Smart Search is an option that allows you to pick an area. It allows you to select an area, and then the DVR will look for motion in that area that you selected. So this is only for one single channel, so you have to pick one view. Let's say I want channel number 4, and I pick a time. Remember, I chose Friday before, so I have the 26th selected on my calendar. So I'm gonna pick, let's say, 1 o'clock, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna enable Smart Search right here, and then this grid will show up. The grid would allow you to select the areas you want to search based on motion. So for example, I want this, let's say I wanted to see if this car moves or something on this area occurs. So I just select that area. I can select multiple areas if I want to. I can see if a car passed through here. I can see if something happened in this area as well. And I just click again the Smart Search, and the DVR, you see, will start going through the motions on those particular areas. You can see here the time will change automatically. So something happened in this area. There he is. This is this car that passed through that area that I selected before, and that's what is showing on this particular search. It's a very intuitive. If you wanted to see, you know, if something disappeared in that area, you can tell the DVR to do this, and that is the UPS guy just passed through this area that I selected there. And I mean, it's very intuitive, very easy to, and very less time consuming while looking at footage and reviewing footage on your DVR. The next option will be info. Under info, you can see all kinds of things and info related about your DVR. For example, this is the hard drive. I can see if the hard drive is in good condition, how much total space it has. Here is the frames per second that each, the kilobits per second that each camera is being pulling off my network, or is consuming, or is using on the network. Logs. Under logs, you can see all types of logs, and for example, I wanted to see something happen on my system. I wanted to see how it behaves at a certain time. I just click search, and there you go. I can see the DVR shut down this date at this time. I can click the event right there, and it can tell me the shutdown time and when it happens. Online users, if someone is logged in from the network, you can see it here. You can disconnect and you can block them. Let's go back to settings, and we already went through this general options right here under encode, the schedule as well. Let's look at RS232. From here you can connect a adapter or a keyboard to control your PTZ cameras and other functions of the DVR as well. It can be done through the RS232. We already reviewed the network. We didn't review this option right here, UPnP. This allows you to port forward automatically the DVR ports on your router. If your router supports UPnP, which most of regular routers out there support, you can just enable this feature and then UPnP will do the rest. Another option you will see here is alarm. Under alarm, you have alarm inputs and outputs on this particular DVR, and you can configure when the alarm triggers to do certain things, to show you a message, to send you a snapshot, to activate a buzzer at the DVR. The DVR has its own internal buzzer. I mean, you can do many things in here, and it's very neat features that you can enable if you have a normally open or normally closed alarm input. Under detect, you can configure the sensitivity of the cameras. You can configure region. This is pretty much how you mask an area for motion detection. So if I select this area, only this area will be triggered by motion, or whatever walks in front of that area, the DVR will recognize that as motion and nothing else around this area. This is very neat to avoid any bogus motion that might occur if you have a camera, if you have a tree that is moving in front of the camera, and many other things that it can trigger bogus motion on it. Here you can also set how the cameras are going to behave. For example, if you have a PTZ, if you have a camera that is capturing something moving, you can tell a PTZ to move based on a preset that PTZ have to move to that particular area where that camera triggered, or what that camera captured the motion. You can also set snapshots. You can also activate the buzzer. Pretty much is the same options that you have for alarms. You will have it for motion detection or cameras that triggered motion. Also, you can have a video lost. If you lose video on one particular channel, you can trigger certain things in here to do pretty much the same as video motion detection. Camera masking as well. You can handle all these features in there. Let's go to display, and here you can configure, you can modify the channels on your DVR, pretty much the name of the cameras from here. The resolution of the monitor attached to this DVR. This monitor, because it has HDMI, it can go up to 1080p. You can also attach up to 3 monitors, so it will be HDMI. It will have VGA connector, and it will have a video BNC connector. And then this is the configuration for the resolution on it. You can also set a tour on this monitor. You can tell the DVR to split the areas, to split the video on this particular monitor at a specific interval. So every 5 seconds, it will go and it will split the image, or it will split the cameras on a 4 view and then in an A view, and then it will go back and forth. I'm just going to enable it so I can show you. So if I stop moving the mouse, eventually you will see, there you go, it just changes. That's my 4 view, and it will change to A view, and then it will continue doing that non-stop. This option can be disabled right on the spot right there. If you have the tour enabled, you will see like a round icon right there, and you can just click on it. If I locked it, it's going to stay on the A channel view right there. It's not going to change anymore unless you do it manually. All right, let's go back to main menu. Default. Here you can default all of the settings of your DVR. You can select one particular setting of the DVR that you want to revert back to default just by clicking on it, just clicking OK, and that's it. It's going to revert it back to factory defaults. Let's go back to the advanced. Here under advanced, you can manage your hard drives. You can have different groups of hard drives and different cameras assigned to those groups. You can manage your hard drive here if you want to format it, if you wanted to set that hard drive as read-only or read and write. Other DVRs that are full-size DVRs, all of them, have an eSATA connector. An eSATA connector will allow you to add an extra 4 drives using an eSATA device, such as our NAS4, and then you can assign those 4 drives to do backups or to be part of your storage. So you can increase your storage even more. This particular DVR is a 16-channel Ultimate Mini, and it will support up to 2 drives. So it will not support SATA. But the full-size DVRs, any of them, they will have eSATA port on it, and then you can add that NAS4 or any eSATA device to your hard drive, and then increase your storage space. At normality, you can set different types of notification. If there is no disk, you can tell it to send you an email. If there is a disk error, you can tell it to start a buzzer. Many things you can configure here. Alarm output. Here you can see how the alarm output is going to behave, if it's going to be based on a manual recording, or if it's going to be based on a schedule, or you can simply stop it. Accounts. Here you can modify, add, assign different rights, modify passwords, and so on for your local usernames. And from here, these usernames will be used also through the web service. So whatever user you assign here, you can use to access the DVR through the web service as well. Auto maintenance. You can tell the DVR to auto reboot. We recommend to do this on a daily basis, or you can tell it to do it whatever day you like, every day, every Sunday, at a particular time. You can tell the DVR to auto delete the files recorded, the files stored on the hard drive on a customized way. Auto maintenance. And here you can set the DVR to auto reboot every day, or never, or every Sunday, or every day you like at a particular time. Auto delete all files. This you can customize the way that you want the DVR to delete the files, if you want a day ago or 2 days ago, and so on. TV adjust. If you have a monitor attached to the video output, here you can configure the position of the image. Card overlay. This is a very important feature. Our Ultimate Series DVRs have it. The only DVR that does not support this is the economy line, because they don't have a serial port. And they support, or this particular DVR supports text overlay. If you have a POS system attached to the DVR through the COM port, through the RS232 port, you can tell it to overlay or information to a particular channel, and then you can search. If something happens, you can search based on card transaction, based on a particular order. I mean, it's really cool. It's a really cool feature, and here is where you configure it. Config backup. This is if you wanted to back up the configurations of your DVR. Once everything is configured, you can back up those configurations and re-import them if something happened with the DVR, or if you get a new DVR of the same kind, you can re-import those configurations there. Video matrix. Under video matrix, you can have a monitor attached to the video spot out and then output certain layouts of cameras. And then this will, it's like a tour, and it will display this tour every 5 seconds, every 60 seconds, based on an interval that you set on the DVR. And you can set different layouts. It's pretty much the same as the tour that I configured before on the main screen, but this is completely separate from whatever configurations you do, or whatever changes you do on the DVR itself from here. So for example, if I have something on the video matrix, let's say I have a layout of each camera individually all the way through 16, and I'm going to the DVR and I move my mouse and I do some right clicking, and I go to the main menu, I put my password. People are not going to be able to see that through the video matrix. That's very important because you don't want people to be seeing what you're doing. So that's what the video matrix does. So you can output certain cameras based on groups, based on layouts, and they will rotate based on an interval. Backup. Backup is the option for you to back up footage if you have a flash drive connected to it. You can basically click backup, and then it will ask you for a time frame for you to back up. Right now I don't have a one USB connected to it, so that's why it shows up that message over there. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what this is for. You can have detect if you have a DVD burner, it will show up there as well. If you click erase, you will delete the footage located on that USB drive, and then you can start over again with a fresh USB drive from there. You can do all kinds of things from here, from this interface. And that's pretty much it. I hope you like this DVR. I mean, if you have played with our DVRs before, they pretty much look the same. There are great DVRs. They are one of the best DVRs on the market right now, and I hope you like this video introduction.